All right, you guys, for today's lesson, you kind of are going to have to skip around a little bit in this packet. So first I want you to go ahead and find the page that says comprehension check. It's your 5-question quiz about pumpkin soup. Pause the video while you find that page. All right, so just like always, I'm going to read the directions. I'll read you the questions. You'll take your pencil. Don't use a pen like I am. I only use a pen so that you can see it really well. I'm worried that if I use pencil, you won't be able to see as well. And whenever I read the answer that you think is correct, you color in the circle, just like that. I don't need you to circle the whole answer like this. All right, sometimes that makes it messier and it's even harder for, for me to tell what your answer really is. Just color in the circle of the one that you want to pick. But here's a hint for you that I don't think I've ever said before. I want you to listen to all of the choices before you decide what your answer is. Okay, even if you think that you know what the answer is right away. By the way, I didn't color this in because it's the right answer. I haven't even read the question yet. So don't color in the same one I do unless you really think that's the correct answer. But, so listen to all of them, even if you really think you know what the answer is, just in case you hear another one that you're like, oh, wait, maybe this one is better. Okay, so here we go. Number 1 says, at the beginning of the story, how do the animals work? Number 1 says, or the first bubble says, they fight a lot. Duck does all of the work. They work well as a team. Okay, I'll read it again. At the beginning of the story, how do the animals work? Do they fight a lot? Does Duck do all of the work? Or do they work well as a team? Choose which bubble for the right answer. Number 2, why does Duck get mad and leave? First one says, he wasn't allowed to stir. Someone stole his spoon. Squirrel told him it was time for him to leave. I'll read it again. Why does Duck get mad and leave? He wasn't allowed to stir. Someone stole his spoon. Or Squirrel told him it was time for him to leave. Number 3. What did Squirrel and Cat do after Duck left? They waited for him. They followed him. They cried. Or all of the above. Okay, the answer all of the above, we have not seen that before, but what that means is that you think all of these ones are the right answer, but you can only color in one. If you think all of these are the right answer, you can color in this one that says all of the above. So if you think that they waited for him, they followed him, and they cried, if they did all 3 of these things, you're not going to color in all 3 of those bubbles. Instead, you'll color in the bottom one that says all of the above. Okay, if you think they only did one of these things, you'll just color in the one that they did. So let me read the whole question again. What did Squirrel and Cat do after Duck left? Did they wait for him? They followed him? They cried? Or did they do all of those things? All of the above. All right, number 4. At the end of the book, Duck makes the soup perfectly. Yes, do you think that's true? He did make the soup perfectly? Or no, he did not make the soup perfectly. At the end of the book, Duck makes the soup perfectly. Yes or no? Number 5. What is one example of repetition used in pumpkin soup? Ooh, think back to our lessons. Think back to our lesson on repetition. I talked about like 4 different times that they used repetition. I want you to write down one of those times that they used repetition. Okay, tell me the word that they repeated, or words. that they repeated. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to show you how to do that. I want you to do your best with spelling and everything. You don't need an uppercase letter and a period because you might not be writing a sentence. You might only be writing a couple of words. Whatever words that they used for repetition, that's what I want you to write down. Okay? Pause to finish that last one, and I'm going to show you the next for when you're ready. All right, you're going to skip way ahead in this to the vocabulary, and we're going to go ahead and take the vocabulary quiz. It says match the vocabulary word to the correct picture. So you see 5 pictures, and up here there's 5 words. I'm going to read all 5 words to you, and you're going to match them to the picture. All right, so let's read the words together. This first one is squabble. Say squabble. Wail, slurp, steep, wander. Okay, so for number 1, you see a cliff, and on this cliff it goes downhill really quickly. Is that showing squabble, wail, slurp, steep, or wander? Whatever you think it is, you're going to write that down here. Make sure that you spell it correctly because it's already spelled for you. Okay, spell it correctly on the lines. You just have to copy. All right, look at number 2. They look so angry. They look like they're about to fight. Is that squabble, wail, slurp, steep, or wander? Okay, pause the video to write your word. Number 3, this girl is just walking around and she doesn't really know where she's going. Is that squabble, wail, slurp, steep, or wander? Number 4, the baby is crying. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what word that was. I was stuck for a second. The baby is crying. Okay, it looks like he's screaming too. Would that be squabble, wail, slurp, steep, or wander? Pause the video while you write the word. Finally, number 5, she's drinking a drink, and I bet she's making a loud noise while she does it. Is that squabble, wail, slurp, steep, or wander? Write down the word that you think it is. Pause until you're ready to move on. The last thing we have to do is the craft. So right after your pumpkins page that we did yesterday, you'll see quite a few pages for your craft. So all the way from the pumpkin, you're going to take that page and rip it out. You're going to rip out the stems. You see green paper, leaves. Oh, you'll color green, sorry. It says green paper at the top. And this says pumpkin soup. You'll rip this out as well. Okay. You can put this to the side. Over here, I am going, you know what? You should actually probably color first before you cut. So let me go grab my crayons. I want you to grab your crayons too. All right, I'm gonna color super fast and probably messy because I don't want this video to be longer than it needs to be. You're gonna pause the video and you are going to neatly, not scribbling like I am, you're gonna color the pumpkin orange, okay? All right. So if you're listening, your pumpkin should already be colored orange. It's okay if you got out of the lines a little bit because you're just gonna cut it out. Go ahead and cut out your pumpkin. Remember, I've been cutting for a long time and I'm probably going faster than you are. Although you should be getting better at cutting. But you may need more time, which is fine. All right, if I finish before you're ready to move on, you can always pause. Even if I don't say pause the video, you can still pause. Okay, next I'm gonna grab the stem. My stem is gonna be brown, so you only need one stem. Go ahead and just color one of them. If you get out of the lines a little bit, it's okay, but I don't want you to scribble and hurry like I am. You're gonna cut out the stem. We always point the scissors away from our body and we just turn our paper to cut it, right? Okay. So you're gonna need your glue. And I would probably put some glue on the back of my pumpkin. So I flip my pumpkin over and I'm gonna put the glue like right here at that top little crease corner. And I'm gonna put my stem right under it. I think it looks better behind the pumpkin. So there's my stem. And the last thing I need is a leaf. You only need one leaf. So grab a green crayon, color one of the leaves. And we'll cut it out. See how I'm turning my paper instead of my scissors. My scissors really never move. All right. And I think, I'll let you decide. I kind of think that I like the leaf on top, like that, on top of the pumpkin. If you like it better behind, you could put the glue back here and stick it right there. I'm gonna put my glue on the front and put my leaf right there in the front like that. Okay, very cute, it's a little pumpkin. Okay. I'm gonna cut out one of my papers that says pumpkin soup. Sorry, hold on, I'm looking for a different paper that I need really quick. Okay. So on this page, I think I want us to write one of the animals' jobs for pumpkin soup. So think in your head the different jobs for making pumpkin soup. The cat had a job. What was the cat's job? The cat had to cut up the pumpkin, right? What's the squirrel's job? The squirrel stirred in the water. And lastly, what did the duck do? The duck added the salt, right? So you're gonna pick one of those animals. I think I'll write about the squirrel. You could not pick the squirrel. You could pick one of the other ones. It's up to you. And I'll say the finger space squirrel. Stirs. Actually, all right, stirred in the water. Excuse me. don't forget to peer. Sorry, I was eating a granola bar and it's stuck in my throat. Okay. Your name at the bottom. You're not going to write Miss Moss. And then I think I would probably just put a little bit of glue at the top of this writing so it's not going to cover up the words too much. Glue it right there. That way they're connected. All right, and there's your little pumpkin craft. Great job, and I will see you at math time.